don't know why I went back. You know, you wake up and I gotta go buy that pack, you know, every day since we started again. I tell myself, tomorrow we're gonna stop.
I've managed to be able to, you know, not relapse fully. And so it's maybe once, maybe twice a day, maybe. And I'm planning on staying that way, so I've kind of somewhat met this happy medium, I guess. That's kind of a, you know, it's somewhat of a cop-out.
It's just odd why I occasionally smoke. There's no rhyme or reason. It's actually ridiculous.
After a few occasions with some social situations, you know, a birthday party or things like that, it was very easy for us to slip right back into smoking.
For many people who are quitting tobacco, the journey is a process of success and setbacks. It never goes quite as planned and always requires a great amount of perseverance and patience.
I really quit in the beginning, and I stopped using all the tools that were given to me, and I failed.
I liked chewing. I missed it, you know, I missed it a lot. And, you know, that was a big reason why I somewhat relapsed.
I committed to it and I did it. So what I need to do is commit for forever and do it.
I think we definitely were too cocky when at first. I mean, because it was so easy to just to stop.
Some people fall into a trap that they try to quit smoking and they actually succeed. They quit for a week or two and they do indeed sometimes get cocky. Sometimes we refer to that as the pink cloud, where you feel, I got it all beat now, this is all behind me. And that represents some complacency and lack of respect for this nasty disease.
The plan to continue forward is just to make sure that I don't get into that, you know, point where I was chewing all day, every day. As long as I can, you know, manage it and maintain just a, you know, what I'm doing now, then yeah, I mean, that's the plan.
It would be wonderful if someone who is trying to stop an addiction, whether it's nicotine or alcohol or whatever, could just do controlled use of that substance. That's everyone's dream. If I could just have 1 or 2 chews every day, that would be great. And my plan is to just stay at that level. Unfortunately, that plan for the vast majority of people doesn't really work out.
You just can't quit like that, and it scares you still. It doesn't matter if you went through it before and it was easy. It still scares you, and it's still like, can I give up my friend?
With Project Quit, even if you can be successful with little pieces of things you do, then you were a success, you were not a failure.
One of my favorite stories about reframing this notion of failure is a story about Thomas Edison and his invention of the light bulb. It took Thomas Edison about 2,000 different experiments until he finally succeeded in inventing the light bulb. A reporter asked him one day, said, Mr. Edison, how does it feel to have failed 2,000 times at inventing this light bulb? Mr. Edison looked back at him and said, I never failed once. I invented the light bulb. It just happened to have been a 2,000-step process. People will have a relapse 4 to 6 times before they finally succeed. So the mere fact that you haven't succeeded the first time, keep trying.
The ASH line gave us a different perspective. It's tools that they've learned throughout their time and training. My quit coach really helped me, even if it was just, you know, I had a bad day and I'm venting to him. He sat and listened and then gave me tips at the end, like cravings only last maybe 30 seconds to a minute, and if you can find something to do during that time, you'll make it through it.
We definitely need a support system. We stopped answering the phone calls to the smokers hotline just because we felt bad that we weren't quitting, that we were smoking still.
What he's talking about is feeling guilt and feeling shame and feeling embarrassed. And that's the kind of thing that will just spiral out of control and just feed on itself. So the way to succeed is take those calls, make the call to the counselor in spite of the embarrassment. The counselor is not going to judge you. The counselor is not going to criticize you. You're doing plenty of that for yourself.
Our kids were so proud of us, and that definitely gets to me, and that's what is going to keep me motivated. I'm going to keep going and trying to quit the cigarettes, that's for sure. I'm not going to give it up.
Use the ash line. They're as close to family as they'll ever get because they want you to succeed. They don't judge you, and they are there to support you every step of the way.
Quitters shouldn't walk away from their support system even if they're having initial success. The most successful quitters stay with their support structure months after they've smoked their last cigarette or taken their last chew. Also, it's critical to manage the environmental factors that influence behavior. For some, that may mean staying away from other smokers initially. The key is to never quit quitting. You're learning a whole new way to go about your life, and that takes time.